Nobody cares, man. Except they do. Because the video is titled Nobody Cares, but they do. So let me explain the reasoning for that title. You see, I have been making content for almost a year now, not on YouTube, but well, I have a gaming channel, but also I do post my shorts on TikTok. This video is mostly comprised of my TikTok shorts, but let me explain by telling a story, I guess. You see, when I was a kid, my mom would always buy me a new pair of shoes, at least like, I don't know, once a year, twice a year, and I wear those shoes to school. And after I got done with school, my mom asked me, "Did anyone compliment you on your shoes?" And I would have the same answer. No, because nobody did. Now, these were some very nice pair of shoes, but still nobody complimented me on the shoes because I guess they just didn't care. Now, the only time someone made a comment about my shoes was when I was wearing some Jordans and I stepped on my Jordans in the mud. Which, to be fair, I would also, tell myself, "What the fuck am I doing? Don't step on Jordans in mud, man." But beside from that, before I even uploaded content, I was scared that people might make fun of me, might mock me for my opinions or how I talk or how I look, like my how one eye is significantly bigger than the other. But I've learned from hundreds of videos at this point that nobody really cared, or they do care about my content. I've developed a following, but they just like me and they just engage with the content, not with my looks or how my audio sounds. Or you see, I believe people are a bit less rude than we might give them credit for, which I know might be weird because of it. People are very rude. Humans are very emotional creatures, and we can be extremely mean. But what I mean by that is, well, we build up so much expectations on how people are going to think about our content, how they're going to think about us, when really people are more preoccupied with themselves. Like, I could, like, when I'm at work, I have my badge on, all that stuff, and to other people, I'm basically just a worker doing this job. And if they don't need something, they ignore me. Of course, like, you don't look at other people while you're shopping for groceries because you have a mission: get groceries, and that mission does not involve other people. So you get your groceries, and then you hopefully want to leave the store as soon as possible. And I think the same thing could kind of be put into content creation because when people search for content, they don't care about how you look really or how you sound really or the audio really for the most part. But what they care about is they care about engaging content and if that content will be, you know, likable to them, whether they will be interested in it. Now, of course, people do care. There have been many times where in there, like, people have committed suicide from being bullied by people or harassed to being kicked off the internet, or even worse, we mock people's looks all the time. So people do care, but now, could be very scary to many people. It was scary to me, as I reiterated many times throughout this video. But what I've learned is that the internet and those people are, for the most part, a very small minority that we should not really care about, but we do because, as I said, we're emotional creatures. We are humans. But it's hard to ignore them as it is many times. But we just got to do it. I'm not a therapist or anything. I'm just a guy, 20 years old, making videos on YouTube. But I guess what I'm trying to say is that making content and being on the internet is a scary thing, but does not mean that you should not do it if you want to. Like, it's, as you said, as many people say, you never know if you don't try. So you might as well try and fail than just, I don't know, hide in your shell and never succeed, or never knowing what you could have done if you didn't try. I guess that makes sense. I was going to end this video by me showing off those pair of Jordans I was talking about earlier in the video, but I think I might have gave those away. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Anyway, it's Wednesday and I'm very tired, but I gotta stay up late because it's Wednesday. You know how it is. So, many videos ahead, I guess.